Right. But when he passed away, he died, and there's no official cause of death. This happened in L.A.
Police did it.
Now, explain to me, if the family gets the body back, he has ligature marks and everything.
Because they did it. You talking about this happened in L.A.? Okay.
Like,
you see what I'm saying? So it depends on pretty much what part of LA he was in, because there's just certain parts that you just don't want to get caught
actually,
by.
I think he was in Louisiana. Sorry, Louisiana. Or no, Los Angeles.
No,
Los Angeles Police
County.
Department. Okay. See,
No,
we on the right page.
And it's sad. We're going to talk about Los Angeles County.
Because there's several people that died.
There's hundreds, thousands.
That was in LA County jail. You know what I'm saying? So not only was that for the NFL. Now, mind you, this is a NFL player, a ex-NFL player. He's Stanley Wilson's son, Stanley Wilson Jr. Okay, so you already know that there was going to be investigation done.
Well, we assume anyway.
It should have been one done.
We're going to assume.
But not only did he die in the same jurisdiction, we have Takar Smith. Remember, he had a mental condition too.
As well.
January 2nd. His wife needed help. Takar Smith is the one who they had the restraining order. He was suffering from schizophrenic. But no professional medical help was sent. At all. Instead, they sent the police, which they came and shot him.
Period.
Right. Which they were not, they just were not taught on how to handle a person that's suffering from schizophrenia.
Or was there not communication? You see what I'm saying? So there should have been communication between the medical and law enforcement.
Right.
So where was the communication scrambled at there? You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Or was it just blatantly not sent on purpose?
Exactly. But he was shot January 2nd. Okay, on January 3rd, Keenan Anderson and Oscar Sanchez lost their lives to law enforcement. Both suffering from mental health conditions.
I don't think that they don't know. They just don't care. You know what I mean? This is just a simple way to erase someone. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because they have that power. When we're talking about LAPD, it could be LAPD. You know what I mean? It could be any piece of law enforcement that's out there. You know what I mean?
Right. It can just be, just regular citizens that feel that like they're more superior. Maybe you're in the wrong neighborhood and they feel like, they have the right. And then at the end of the day,
there's no one showing no aggressiveness.
Yes.
But yet you still feel to take it upon yourself to investigate on something that you really... This person's jogging through the neighborhood.
Jogging through the neighborhood.
And you just felt so entitled that he didn't stop for you.
Well, he's a black man running through a white neighborhood.
And he knows this.
But he had the right. He had the right to do that. We are free.
We are free.
Now, this man wasn't messing with anybody. But you have a son and his father that had the right to take him down.
Not just the father, it was neighbors as well. We're talking about something that even recorded it.
So when did we start to, and we have to understand, especially in these smaller counties, when we have the regular citizens, taking a law into their own hands. And they're getting away with this. We have a 15-year-old child that's shot by a regular civilian who later had another run-in with the police. Obviously, this man was clearly wrong with what he did. He didn't have the right, and this young child had the right to be in the neighborhood. Now, explain to me this. If I took my gun out and shot some 15-year-old kid for walking through the fucking neighborhood, don't you think I will be sitting in prison right now? I don't care what I thought. If I said that I thought he had a weapon or whatever the case is, and I didn't call the police, do you think I would be sitting here today?
Hell no.
But you have this regular person that's able to shoot a child and still get away with it. Why? Because we don't mean our life is not worth something. It's worth nothing. And if we showing our communities that we don't even care about our own lives, what type of message are we spreading anyway? We can't even, you can't even have a graduation party without, people getting shot up.
Right, because I used to remember the little champagne parties and stuff. The little cool stuff you would do for the graduates. It was always a nice thing to see.
Exactly.
I don't even see shit like that no more.
Exactly.
Not at all. And
not only that, the people that we look to and we expect to protect us. And, I don't know about you,
to protect and serve.
Like, me, if I see a black cop, I thought that I'm, supposed to feel more, protected, especially, and that's the main reason why we want to get more of our black people in the force. But we had these 5 cops. They just completely made a ass out of themselves. And that county's going to completely scrutinize them because they're black. They didn't give a fuck about them anyway. And then on top of that, look what they do. They don't lead by example. They don't show that our people do matter. And our people do mean something in this world. They showed that we are disposable.
Because to see the footage and then for you to have a nerve to say, not guilty. All y'all out of line. All y'all.
I'm trying to figure out because, we said this time and time before. If it had been the other way around, and it was regular civilians doing that to somebody, they will be on their way to prison. Especially, and it's caught on video.
And the severity of what was done. We're talking about, I'm visualizing the video. That was fucked up.
You know what? I'm talking about, the whole thing.
It was disgusting.
The whole thing with everything, everything that's been going on, throughout these past years, and just I'm disappointed with, I'm disappointed with my people, for one.
Of course.
You know, because I think when we demonstrate our unity, we demonstrate it in the wrong way. You know, and it's so easy because we only demonstrate our
to me, the
what we
negativity,
believe.
the most likely, a lot of it. What we do positive is never really, put out there like it should be. You get what I mean?
Right.
But when it's negative, it's always broadcasted.
But see, we only get mad when it's white people fucking us over. When we in our own neighborhoods and we're in our own communities fucking each other over though. And that's okay.
No, it's not.
Well, I mean, we showing that it's okay because we showing that obviously we don't care. Right?
A lot of people do show that. Yes. Yes, they do.
So why should we be taken serious by any other race when we don't demonstrate that for ourselves? We don't show that it's united between ourselves because it's not. Because once the drugs hit the neighborhoods and stuff like that in our communities,
a lot of us
we started separating ourselves by our own colors.
Are unknowing.
The reds, the blues.
Because they're unknowing. They're beyond. It's beyond unknowing. And again, it goes back to the history of the Willie Lynch letter. They've been bred us to be this way.
Right.
But what our people need to understand is a lot of them, because I'm not going to say a lot of them is ignorant. A lot of them, third eye is definitely open.
Right.
But the non-open eyes are more, they're the majority.
And this is the thing. It's easy to turn your head when you see a crime being committed. But explain to me how this can happen. This shouldn't be able to happen within our laws.
In law enforcement. Like you said, the ones who are supposed to bring order to what's going on. The ones who are supposed to protect us. And I don't care what state we're supposed to be in.
Right.
You get what I mean? I don't care what skin color we are. This is the job you took. This is the career you took. And it's to protect and serve us. And you get what I mean? And keep us safe.
That's funny. It's funny, though. Because if you don't sound white when you on that phone call initially with the police, you might not get help. I remember watching a movie, and a guy was on there, and he was calling for help. And they like, hey, what? And then that's when he started making his voice sound white. And he was like, yeah, it's a bunch of niggas. They out here. And it made the police come faster.
I remember that episode on Martin, too. I'll never forget that shit.
But I'm just like, it's crazy how, you mean to tell me I can call the police? My child can call me and say, hey, look, listen. It's some guys chasing me in the truck. I'm running through the woods. It's such and such. It's whoop-de-whoop and whoop-de-whoop. And now, if they chasing me. So if something happened, tell the police they did it.
Right.
And you mean to tell me that
that's not valid?
It's not going. You're not going to even go look. You're not going to even help.
Like I said, the insult to injury was finding him a month later.
A whole month later, 300 meters away.
From where the video caught him. You see what I'm saying? But you mean to tell me, like I said, there was more than one camera. There's more than one angle. That's clearly a cover-up. It's clear.
Well, when they explained to the mother, what all they had on video, they never showed the video. The video was never subpoenaed from this wildlife communication.
Again, we're talking about Mississippi, where this shit still goes down to this day. The video was
never subpoenaed. Now, I think that was the first thing that should have been done. But they actually just took the word of
what the officer stated.
The wildlife, patrol, whatever you call,
Yeah.
They just took the word and said of them saying, well, we didn't see